summer's night brings back old memories of a screened in dancing hall in the hills of Tennessee, where young girls would stand in line waiting for the change to take the floor with Fatty Book, 'cause God, that man can dance. Fatty was a day clerk at the King Hotel downtown. He was a portly man, as tall as he was round. But when the sun would fall at the dancing hall, the notes so soft and sweet, his sides veil in a tux with tails, he'd glide on at your feet.
Good morning. I'm Jerry Gray, and we're here this morning with Jerry Marvel to talk about the senior citizens here in Tullahoma. Jerry, you got anything you want to say right quick?
Well, about 12 years ago, I moved to Tullahoma, and I was had reservations about moving, but my son lives here, and I thought, well, I'm going to lose all my friends when I come here. I won't know anybody. So I'm thankful for the center and the church. And when I came to the center, I met a lot of great friends in the center. And I appreciate that. And I've enjoyed all these time that I've had at the center. And I just want to talk a little bit about what all happens at the center and things that goes on there. And we got different facilities there for everybody. And I know they mentioned the pool room, and the pool room I like it, and there's a lot of people that come to the pool room, but we do need more people in the pool room. And but not only the pool room, we got other activities at the center, and I appreciate the activities we do have, because we came here, we were lonely, and we didn't know a soul here in Tullahoma. My son is a medical doctor here, and he talked me into coming. And when you lose friends back in Texas and you come here, you're going to have to make some new ones. And I certainly found some great friends. But I want to get back to the activities that take place at the center. And I know they got pool there. And my phone's ringing, and I don't know who would call me at this time, especially on TV, and I'm going to turn it off. But anyway, we're back on our interview here, but I forgot to turn it off. But I thank the Lord for all the activities that we do have. And you know, not only do they have a pool room for people to come that likes to shoot pool, but we've got other rooms and other activities that takes place at the center, and one is the card room. And a lot of people play back alley bridge, they play bridge, they play hand and foot, and all types of games there in the card room. And I like to play there and once in a while. And not only that, but on Tuesday night, we all come to the center and we play dominoes. And we play, and I enjoy playing that. We have about 5 or 6 people at our table. And so I'm glad for the different activities that we've got at Tullahoma Center. And I like all these activity rooms. And you know, not only do we have a great card room, we got another room in the back. I guess that's for general purposes. And they have dancing back there if you like to dance. I never was much for dancing because I never knew how to dance. But it's a great thing for dancing, and they got people that teach it. And you got people that teach line dancing, and I think at one time they had a little ballroom dancing, and now there's a lot of activities that go on in that room, and I appreciate what goes on. They have musicians. I think you have played there for a time or two, and they have bands that come in there, and so there's a lot goes on in that activity room. And not only do we have the activity room, then we got, I think they have our time, and that's very important. Just yesterday, I got a call on the phone from the IRS, which it's a hoax, and they said I was being sued. and that I had to call this number immediately. But you know, down at the center, there's so many activities. We got doctors come in there, we have lawyers come in there, we have medical people come in there, and we even had people that come into the center, and they would talk about fraud. And a lot of times, fraud preys upon the elderly people. And I thank God that we've got people that, in other words, they tell us about these situations. And I know one time I had another call like that. My wife was so upset. But this time we was prepared and know that the IRS was not suing us. But that's some of the things that the center does for us. Not only do we get medical advice, you can find that you got blood pressure. I mean, the list goes on and on. They can tell you about Medicare, Medicaid, and all of that is part of our center. And all of that takes place in the activity rooms that we've got down there at the center. And also, I appreciate the dining hall. And we have wheels, I think it's Meals on Wheels down there. And not only that, you can sign up to eat at the center. And I'll say one thing, the price is right. For $1.50, where else could you eat a good meal for $1.50 at that center? And we've got some great people. We've got Brenda, who does a tremendous job of handling the kitchen and taking care of people getting their meals. And I know she's overworked by herself there, but she does do a great job. And people, in other words, get to have their meals there. And also, I'm going to talk a little bit about Vicki. And actually, Vicki, she takes care of a lot of these special occasions. And I know she has a lot of help. But I thank the Lord for all of these special occasions we do have. We have birthday dinners, Jerry, and people come out, and I have a real nice group of people come out for once a month. They celebrate birthdays. She gives out prizes and she fixes a good meal. And I thank the Lord for her because she has done a lot for the center. And I think she's probably been one of the best that been there since I've been there for 10 years. She's been probably one of the best directors that I have ever met at the center. And so I'm so glad that we do have these special occasions. And not only when they happen, like Thanksgiving, we'll have a Thanksgiving dinner, and Christmas we'll have a Christmas dinner, and special occasions, and we have musicians that come while we're eating and singing, and I'll tell you, there's just a lot of activities that go on down at that center that people don't realize what's going on down there, and what we need is more people. I think we do need more people down the center. We need more sponsors. We need people to help the center. And they can be a great asset because it's a place, old people, when you retire, you think, well, life just consists of fishing and hunting. Well, it doesn't. I enjoy fishing. I used to hunt a lot when I first retired, but after a while it gets ho-hum. In other words, it gets tiresome. And now we got an outlet called the center where they got a pool room, they got activity rooms, and they have good meals and good fellowship. And that means a lot to have good fellowship. I have met more friends. My son told me, he said, I'm amazing at the people you know in this town, and you haven't been here but about 10 years. I said, well, the reason I know a lot of people, that I go to the senior citizens. I love to go in on Monday morning and ask how the girls are doing, playing hand and foot, and I make myself available to them. And I said I got my church, and we have made a lot of great friends down there. And really, I appreciate the center. I appreciate the things that are done. And I want to mention another person, and to me, she is the arms and the legs of Vicki, and that's Sandra. Sandra's just going to and fro in that center, running around with papers in her hand, got signs in her hands, and she getting people to sign this, handing tickets out, and there's no end to what she does, and that's why you need teamwork. if you don't have teamwork, and I can get back to the dinners, and I want to say just a few things about dinners. I've always heard that Southern people are good cooks. Well, I'm totally convinced by the meals that we have and the people that bring certain dishes and certain sweets that's absolutely true. Southern people know how to cook, because we got one lady that comes and she is a connoisseur when it comes to making gravy. And I always mention her gravy every time she makes it. Another lady I know that I kind of kid a little bit in the card room, that she brings beans, and I like my beans well cooked, and she cooks them all night long. And so there's just a lot of good things that happen in that center. And I don't know if we're ready for a commercial or not, but
well, I don't know, but I'm so glad you came down here with me, because I'm new at this, and I've just been at the center for about a year, and I had a loss in my life, and I'd gone by there several times. You know, my wife and I talked about joining and whatnot, and we just never did do it. Well, when she passed away, I had a good friend bring me down there, and it's just made a big difference in my life. I got some place to go every morning, and I love to shoot pool. And like you say, they've got music, which I play music and that. And but I'm like you. I've met so many nice people, good people, and everybody seems happy down there. There's no disagreements or anything. You know, we just all have a good time. But I like the pool, and that's kind of what I'm down here to talk about for a few minutes. We've got a great little pool room there. We've got 3 pool tables. We've got we're fixing to go to a commercial. I'll finish when we come back off the commercial.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new Owner Advantage program. It starts as simple as your first year's maintenance is included with the purchase. We have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans available. Car detailing, car rental, collision repair. Stop by one of our 5 locations and let one of our certified sales staff tell you all about it. The Russell Barnett Automotive Family Advantage program. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Jerry, I think we're back from commercial, and I was talking about the pool room we have down at the center, and it's just a great little place. They got 3 pool tables, and I'd say on an average day we've got 10 to 16, maybe sometimes 20 players in there playing. And occasionally we have women come in. Of course, they're always welcome.
That's right.
But it's just a great bunch of guys, and just such a neat place to go in the morning. We've got our own little coffee pot in there, and usually somebody brings in some cookies or whatnot. So it's just a good place to come in the morning and spend a couple hours. And I usually go from 8 o'clock until lunchtime, which is around 11, and shoot pool. And of course, the pool room, I think, is open later in the afternoon too, if you want to come down and play. So I just like to. I've already invited several of my friends to come down and join up. But you're welcome, and it's just a great place to be in the mornings. And if you like to shoot pool, we'd like to invite you to come by. Jerry, you got any more to add?
I remember when you came, and Jimmy came with you about that time, and Charlie, and I can't think of the man's name that brought you there.
Billy. And we've had some unique people down there at the pool room. It's not just, we got people who are over 90 years old, shot pool all the time. Well,
I mean,
this fellow is 84 years old, and he's one of the best pool shooters down there.
Well,
I thought I was a pretty good player till I ran into him and a couple more, and it's just unreal.
He's blowing a lot of smoke there, but really, I remember we had people, Horace Stevens, I don't know, a lot of them remember him, but he was up in his late 90s, and he really enjoyed shooting pool, and Ernie Abbott. There was so many people in their 90s that come and shot pool, and yet we had some people in the 50s and the 60s, and we used to have a great time in there. And so I appreciate what happens down there in the center, because people make the difference. I told Vicki one time, we're in the people business down there, and it's good to have people. I know when we have lunch, and I used to go quite a bit for lunch, and sit around the table, and the fellowship we have with the people sitting at your table. We have 5 or 6 at the table, and we have good conversations and good fellowship, and so I thank God for that center. It's just not only pool; it's all the other activities that go on.
Today they have bingo down there.
That's right. And
exercise classes.
That's right. And so I've called bingo a few times, and not a lot, but I have called bingo, and I enjoy doing that. But now they got another bingo caller, and he does a great job.
Well, they give away toilet paper and paper towels and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, where else could you go get toilet paper with the bingo? And where else could you go get paper towels and all these gifts from the dollar store? And I think it's exciting to people. It's something to do.
It's just,
and that's what we need. I mean, most people, when they retire, they want something to do. And I like I said a while ago, fishing is not just the answer. And so I'm glad we got something to do down to center, and it makes a vast difference. I don't know how much more time we got, because I don't know how much more I can talk about.
All I know is I'm glad you came down here with me, because I couldn't sit here and talk for 30 minutes. And you're doing
we're looking at Vicki out there, and she's cheering us on.
Yeah, but you're doing a great job.
She wanted us to do a lot of talking, and it kind of reminds me of Bible studies or stuff like that. I said, I've always been good at talking. You know, really, I was kind of when I first, I was an introvert. And that means a person didn't do much talking. Then I got in a profession where I had to do a lot of talking. and I guess I become an extrovert. In other words, I keep on talking, and but I enjoy that center. And I don't know what else I could say about it, but it's just been a blessing for my wife. It's been a blessing for my kids that we come down there. They know we got good friends down there, and they always comment about us going down the center and how many good friends we made. And it's certainly been a blessing for us to be able to meet these people. And there's a lot of good people down there. And like I say, we're in the people business, and there we find some good people down there at that center.
Well, that's true. And just come on down. All you got to do is walk in the front door, and
That's
there
right.
you are.
And I could say this, the price is right. When I'm talking about the price is right, where else could you go and have all those facilities and all those good helps from professional people for $25 a year? And that's a little over $2 and a few pennies a month. And you couldn't find a better deal like that and to find a better place to go.
That's true.
I
Good
mean, that's
food.
very cheap, and I appreciate
Good coffee.
I don't know how they operate like that, but I guess we're still hanging in there, and Vicky's shaking her head, so I guess we're doing all right.
Yeah,
but I just think it's a great price, and
we could always use some more.
that's
some more
right.
people.
We need more
And,
sponsors. We need more help.
Just come on in and enjoy yourself.
We always would take a little money. I'm sure Vicky would like to see more money come in, and more programs we can have. And well, I don't know what else to say. You got anything else you want to talk about?
You know, just come on down. And another thing, you take a lot of trips, don't you, Vicky? They go bus trips here
Right.
and there, and so just all kind of activities. Then I've got a good friend, Kenneth Swan, that does a rock.
Yeah, he does the rocks.
He teaches you how to make jewelry and stuff with the rocks, and I don't know, it's just something different down there all the time.
Yeah, my
Exercise
wife
class and
participated in that rocks, and she's taught a few classes on beading. I know she introduced making beads out of potatoes, and that caught on pretty good.
Well,
and
yeah.
She does a lot of little things. And,
all right, Jerry, we're going to a commercial here. So,
okay.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday Miracles, Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in the event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Jerry, looks like we're back from commercial. We're wrapping up the senior moments, and they're going to run the number of the center on the screen at some point, and so give them a call down there or come by. That's Collins Street, I believe, here in Tullahoma, and right next to the library. So please come down. I'm going to invite all my pool shooting buddies from years ago to come by and check it out. And Jerry, you got anything else you want to add?
Well, I guess we're going to finish this all up here this morning. And my advice, and I'd like to see more people come down to the center, participate in the center, and it's a wonderful opportunity for elderly people. And I think, like you said, the number's on the screen, and it's certainly been a blessing for me and my family. And I believe if you'll come and visit the center, not only call, you need to come. We need you. I appreciate the call, but come on back to the center because it's been a blessing for me and my family, and I'm sure it'll be a blessing to you. So now I understand a little bit. Fran used to do this. Fran Barber used to come down here and give moments of inspiration, and how we did 30 minutes this morning, close to 30 minutes, is amazing to me.
Well, we could have done it without you.
Living to me, but we got it through, and we had a lot of help here. Really, we had Vicki sitting out there, cheering us on, and helping us to get this across to people. So I just all I want to say. When I first came to that center, I didn't even want to go in. I sent my wife in. I shouldn't tell this, but I sent my wife into the center and to look it over. And she said, I think you'll enjoy that. And so I came into the center, and I've been there for almost going on 12 or 13 years. And I've certainly enjoyed myself. And so my advice, come down and be with us. We need you. And I think you can find what you need at that center, especially in all the activities that we've got in the center.
Well, I think we're winding it up here today, Jerry. So give us a call or come by, and we'll see you. Somebody will see you next time for the senior moments.
Yeah, okay.
Music drifting through a summer's night brings back old memories of a screened-in dancing hall in the hills of Tennessee, where young girls would stand in line waiting for the change to take the floor with Fatty Book, 'cause God, that man could dance. Fatty was a day clerk at the King Hotel downtown. He was a portly man, as tall as he was round. But when the sun would fall at the dancing hall, the notes so soft and sweet, his sides veil in a tux with tails, he'd glide on agile feet. And Fatty Buck could dance like you've never seen before. His dainty feet in cap-toed shoes would barely touch the floor. He'd lead the ladies with graceful steps long as the band would play. That big man on nimble feet would dance the night away.